Hello and how is it going, Elder Scrolls Nation? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest Bethesda Game Studios news. The bit of news that we are going to be talking about today is a bit of a continuation from the video I did Friday, where I dug deep and so deep into the Redfall trademark that I struck Moonstone, and a bit of evidence that gave us a solid window of time of when we could expect something from the Elder Scrolls 6. Now, if you haven't watched that video already, I highly suggest you watch it. Before continuing on with this video, you can do that by clicking on the screen right here or looking for the link down in the description below. Now, the main discovery I made in that video was that Bethesda, or actually ZeniMax, has to provide something known as an SOU, or a Statement of Use, for the Redfall trademark within 3 years. Now, what that means is that ZeniMax has to prove to the Patent and Trademark Company in the United States that they are actively working on something and have a solid product for whatever Redfall is within 3 years. Now, if Redfall is related to the Elder Scrolls 6, that means we have to get something big related to the Elder Scrolls 6, if not the entire game, within 3 years from the time that this trademark is accepted. Otherwise, ZeniMax would lose their Redfall trademark. Now, like I said, this video is a kind of a continuation of that video because I did even more digging into this, and I found something that I wanted to tell you about today. That when we were speculating on what evidence they'd have to provide to the patent office, a lot of people, including myself, guessed, I don't know, maybe a little bit of gameplay, maybe like a beta of the game, something like that. But what I discovered gives us a lot more of an understanding as to what they have to provide, and oh man, I am super hyped about this. Now, first of all, the trailer thing, Elder Scrolls 6 did give a trailer, and so did Starfield, so that kind of nullifies the, maybe that they could just come up with a trailer thing, because not only does Redfall still have the 1B, as you can see here, Starfield still has the 1B status as well, regardless of the fact that Bethesda put out a trailer at E3 along with the Elder Scrolls 6. But in response to that, maybe they'd have to have like some gameplay or something, right? Like I said, maybe they just have to show the patent office a beta walkthrough of the game and give them a plan on how they're going to release the game and when it's finally going to be out. But as you can see here, and this is what I discovered, no! Here is the 1B, which is what we talked about in the previous video, the Statement of Use. You can read it here in case you didn't watch that previous video. Like I said, this is mainly what we looked at last time, but right above it, 1A, Actual Use, is what the upgrade is when they get the approval from the US Trademark and Patent Office, and when the Patent Office is convinced that they do satisfy the Statement of Use, then they'll get the Actual Use. You must provide use of the mark in the US at the time of filing. No further filings should be necessary other than addressing office actions or oppositions. Now, what this is saying is essentially, if ZeniMax has proven that they do have a solid product related to Redfall, they will get the 1A Actual Use, because you can only maintain a 1B for up to 3 years, as it says here, providing you get all of the extensions allotted to you, which I believe was 5. But what is even more interesting is, let's continue on to read 1A. It says, a proof of use can be an image of the trademark on a product, which tells me a manufactured finished product with Redfall or whatever on it, or an active website selling to US customers. Now, that is huge to me, and that gives us a pretty good idea on what they actually have to have. They have to have essentially a finished product, or something that's either being sold to customers or is ready to be sold to customers. Essentially a finished Elder Scrolls 6, meaning that ZeniMax has to provide essentially almost a finished product to the Trademark and Patent Office within 3 years. I'm not talking about a trailer, I'm not talking about a beta, I'm talking about a finished product, because what else could even compare or be on the same tier as an active website selling your product to US customers? That means that trademark on the product means essentially a printed and finished game in the case that is just waiting to be sold. So within 3 years, they have to have the Elder Scrolls 6 finished and in production, and either on sale or just about ready to be on sale. And that goes along with my prediction of November 11th, 2021 or 2022. Now, like I said, this is all speculation, however, not the trademark stuff. The trademark stuff you can see is right here in front of you. The speculation part is what Redfall is. But like I shown in a previous video, I think Redfall is definitely related to the Elder Scrolls 6. But what I want to know is, what do you think about this situation, knowing now that ZeniMax has to have essentially a finished product within 3 years from now for whatever Redfall is? Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet, it may get featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay in the know when it comes to Bethesda Game Studios news, next-gen gaming news, and the most controversial gaming news out there, because I've attempted to have been silenced multiple times, but they won't stop us, Elder Scrolls Nation. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for the latest gaming news, channel updates, and random shit about me, and check out my Twitch channel, where I have recently become a Twitch affiliate, and I'm trying to set up a Twitch stream streaming schedule that can go along with my daily YouTube uploads. And if you want to have your hand in defending the channel from bullshit video takedowns and from being silenced, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon, where you can earn unique and awesome awards. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when hopefully the Dark Brotherhood hasn't tracked me down, because I'm pretty sure Pete Hines and Todd Howard have done the Black Sacrament now. I'm sure they're looking for me, guys.
Hell. Yeah, he ain't even chicken off them dominoes no more. Let's bring the car back. Dominoes.
There was always business. It's not always business.
Bye, have a great time.